Hi guys, Andy here, and this is how to play the solo from Heartbreak Hotel. A fantastic, easy solo for any beginner who's new to this world of kind of lead guitar. Ideal for an electric guitar, but it does also work on acoustic. Check out my tutorial for how to play the rhythm parts to this by clicking the link in the top corner, where you will also find the tab for this should you need it. And let's get straight in for a close-up on this awesome solo. So, this song is in the key of E major. Well, since my baby left me. Okay, and we also have some blues riffs, all taught in that other lesson, but we're in the key of E. And we have major and dominant 7th chords, so kind of E major, E7. And therefore, this lead line is based around the E minor pentatonic scale. If that is something that you've never played before, you need to check out the lesson where I teach that in my beginner's course, which is level 7 of my beginner's course. It's totally for free on my website. The E minor pentatonic scale shape, and this idea of playing what is a minor scale, but it's the minor pentatonic scale importantly, works really well over major chords to produce this blues and rock sound. It's really common. It's almost like it's a formula basically. We've got major chords, occasionally dominant 7th chords, in a major key, in this case E. Then we have this minor pentatonic scale. So the minor pentatonic scale, the E minor pentatonic, and then that creates this blues rock sound, as I say, like a formula. Really handy to know. And we start off doing something called a double stop, which is a flat first finger. It's almost like barring the thinnest 2 strings, basically. But playing pairs of strings like this, it's called a double stop. So we're playing 2 strings, and we are doing kind of lots of pauses as well. Okay, Chuck Berry used to use this style an awful lot, and Keith Richards, it's a rock and roll staple, as is this solo. So we need 1, 2, 3, 4. Nice and easy, really. We're just going to set up with our thumb at the back of the net, flat first finger, and 1, 2, 3, 4 at 12th fret, which is where my double dot is, and many of you will have a double dot on your guitars. This will work on acoustic guitar, but you're best off with an electric if you have the option to. And the thing we have to change for acoustic for most people, we'll get to in a second. We're going to start off with 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? 1, 2, 3, 4. Doing it with all down picks is absolutely fine. It's best to be on a little bit of an angle. And so the angle of the first finger here, just so we can creep that thumb over the top. If we're like this, it's not really what we're after for the thinnest strings. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's the position. And then there's a pause, which is played by relaxing the first finger. So if I do this all this muting with my first finger, and then we also mute with the right hand as well. So there's absolute silence, so we're totally in control. I'm going into this amount of detail because I'm presuming you're very much a new beginner to lead guitar if you're getting this far into this video. So don't worry, I've got your back, and we're going to be covering all these sort of core lead guitar techniques and concepts in this video. Da 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 dam. Not a lot of gain as well. I've got my guitar totally on the clean channel of my amplifier. And the sound you can hear there, the echo, that's called reverb. It's just an effect you can have on the amplifier. After that, first finger, still at 12th fret, but just the B string here. And then we're going to play. First, you could use your 3rd finger, but I'm going to encourage you to use your little finger, because staying strict to the way it will be tabbed out, when you learn this pentatonic scale, we'll be using our little finger, and we're also going to use a little finger for the bends later. So little finger, let's get it used. 1, 2, at 15th fret, and then 3, the thinnest E string at 12th fret. So we have, and the timing of those last 3, it rocks over the beat. It's a little bit syncopated. Okay? But that is the first couple of bars. Then there's a brief pause, and we play the same thing again, but we only play the first 2 notes of the next bit. And we do a slide down. I love these. I use them all the time. I add them in whenever I can, and it's clearly heard in this solo. And we just play the note, allow it to be heard, drag the finger down, keeping the same pressure, and then you let go of the string very slowly, and you mute. Sort of, we don't want to hear the open string. It's not, we don't want to hear that sound. That's because I haven't muted. We mute it before we let it go. That's perfect. So, that's how far we've got so far. Let's play it together in 2, 3, 4. Yes, awesome. The next bar is exactly the same as the first bar, so we just repeat the first bar again. So that's easy. Let's do it from the absolute top, because we're just going to do the first one again at the end, okay? Same as we've just done, do the first one again at the end. 2, 3, 4. And perfect. Let's just do that one more time, just to have done it, because the last bit is a bit of a big bend, it's a bit technical. So let's consolidate here. One more time. 2, 3, even slower. There we go, okay? If this drag down is putting you off too much, just don't do it. Works just as well, okay? Fantastic. So the last thing we want to do is just hitting this bend on a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4, okay? And there's a certain way we have to do it. We have to have our first finger at the 12th fret of the thinnest string. We're gonna bend up with our little finger supported by our third and middle finger, and this makes it easy. If you follow this method, this bend will be easy for you. If you don't, and you maybe do it with the third finger, and you're pushing up with the third finger alone, and you're not supporting your bends, it will be difficult, and your fingers may even hurt. If you've never done this kind of bend before with a little finger, please give this a go. Though you can do it with the third finger on occasion. But let's use this method. So we use the little finger supported by the middle and third like this, so they're all down, and they're going to push up together, okay? Again, look how much my wrist moves when I push up. They all move up together, and the first finger, importantly, is going to stay still. Let me do it from this angle. I think that's a pretty good angle. And you will feel it in your wrist a little bit. I quite like to wear some sports kind of wristbands, sweatbands, because you do feel these kind of bends occasionally, and especially if you're practicing an awful lot or if you're a total beginner. You know, this is tough stuff when we haven't developed the muscles in the right way yet. So, but this is a really good exercise for it. We're going to bend this string up to the pitch of this one. And rather than just keeping it up there, we kind of do it in a cycle of 3. So you could, if you're total new at this, 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4. That's fine, but the proper way to do it and to really develop your bending skills and your hand strength and finger strength is to do it in a cycle of 3. 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a... You come down on the beat. So 1 and a 2 and a... It also kind of ramps it up a bit so it sounds cooler. Okay? So one time together. 3, 4. One more time. 3, 4. Good. Sometimes, as has happened a little bit there with me, sometimes you push the other strings up like this and the other strings don't get in the way, and sometimes that third string can kind of go over your fingers like this. It doesn't really matter which happens, because you can cope with both, but it is better to push them all up together like that, just to demo it as well we can. They all sort of kind of go under the nails, really. So, putting it all together, what do we have? One slow demo, and then we're going to play it together. Watch carefully. 3, 4. If you're not getting anywhere with that bend and you totally hate it, another option is to do the double stop again, which is a bit Johnny B. Good style. Okay? That is one option. 1, 2, 3, 4. So kind of... That's one option if you want, especially if you're on acoustic guitar. That might be the only way that you can play it, because acoustic guitar strings are much thicker. But let's have a go at this solo in that fashion, okay? From the top, in 2, 3, 4. Fantastic. Let's just do it one more time because it's such a good solo and it only happens the once in the song. It's so short, we got to kind of hammer it a little bit. So let's just do it one more time. 2, 3, 4. Awesome stuff. Make sure you guys have learnt the rhythm line as well with the cool little learn all that in the other video that's on the website, but I hope this one is really a song that serves you well, and I hope you check out the other lead guitar songs on my channel. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Check out the other lead guitar tutorials by clicking the links on the screen now. And remember, I have a full electric guitar, lead guitar course coming out in November of 2017. So be sure to look out for that one.